Hi students, how are you? I hope that you are all fine and safe. My dear students, today we are discussing one of the important topic in 10th class. Previous classes we learned different types of life processes. We know that reproduction is one of the important life process in all living organisms. Reproduction is one of the important life process in all living organisms, from microbes to human man. What is reproduction? The ability of an organism to produce young ones either directly or indirectly in a same species is called as reproduction. What is reproduction? Reproduction is one of the important life process. Reproduction is one of the important life process. The ability of an organism, to produce young ones, or offspring. The ability of an organism to produce young ones or offspring either directly or indirectly. In a same species is called as reproduction. What is the importance of reproduction? Reproduction is essential in all living organisms. What is the importance of reproduction? Reproduction is helpful for the perpetuation of its race. Reproduction is helpful for perpetuation of its race. Reproduction is helpful for perpetuation of its race. Perpetuation of its race means to produce young ones or offspring. Perpetuation of its race means to produce young ones or offspring. Okay, either directly or indirectly. Already we have learned in your previous classes, 7th class and 8th class, asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Reproduction consists of two types. One is asexual reproduction and another one is sexual reproduction. In both are essential, helps to produce young ones or offspring. Reproduction is very important life process in all living organisms, from microbes to human man. This is helpful for perpetuation of its race, means in the sense produce young ones or offspring. Today our topic heredity. How characters or traits were passed from parent to progeny or generation to generation. How characters or traits were passed from parent to progeny or generation to generation. Our topic heredity. Our topic heredity. Heredity. The parent to progeny. The parent to progeny. The parent to progeny. Progeny means young ones. Progeny means young ones or offspring. What is meant by heredity? My dear students, this is a new topic in 10th class. Heredity topic. Previous classes not discussed this topic, like 7th class, 8th class and the 9th class. In this class, newly introduced this topic heredity. This topic heredity. What is meant by heredity? What is meant by heredity? The characters or traits were passed from parent to progeny. The characters or traits were passed from parent to progeny is called as heredity. Characters or traits. Characters or traits. The characteristic features were passed from parent to progeny is called as heredity. మన తల్లిదండ్రుల్లో ఉండేటువంటి లక్షణాలు, తల్లిదండ్రుల ద్వారా వచ్చేటువంటి కొన్ని లక్షణాలు మనలోకి వస్తూ ఉంటాయి. దట్ ఈజ్ హెరిడిటీ. అనువంశికత. తెలుగులో మనం ఏమని చెప్తామంటే అనువంశికత. Some of the external characters were passed from parent to progeny or offspring. What are the characters were transmitted from parent to progeny? What type of external characteristic features were passed from parent to progeny? Like hair color, skin color, skin tone, hair color, shape of the nose, ear lobes attached. Ear lobes are attached or free. Ear lobes are attached or free. Some of the external characters were passed from parent to progeny. This is called as heredity. For example, your sister looks like your mother, or you look like your father. You look like your father. Your sister look like your mother. That means the characters were passed from parent to progeny. For example, you look like your father means the characters were passed from your father. Your sister looks like your mother means the characters were passed from your mother. This is called as heredity. This is called as heredity. For example, you didn't look like your mother or father. You didn't look like your mother or father. The similarities are not. Your parents' characters are not transmitted to you. That means you doesn't look like your mother and your father. You doesn't look like your mother or father. That is not a heritable characters. That is not a heritable characters. For example, you look like your mother or father. That is heritable characters. That is heritable characters. But you didn't look like your mother or father. That means the heritable characters were not passed. The heritable characters are not passed from your parents. You look like your grandmother or your grandfather or your aunt or your uncle. You look like your grandmother or your grandfather or your aunt or your uncle. You didn't look like your mother and father. You look like your grandmother or your grandfather or your aunt or your uncle. That is inheritance. That is inheritance. Inheritable characters. Inheritance. What is meant by inheritance? Very, very important, my dear students, in examination point of view. What is meant by inheritance? Inheritance means the characters or traits were passed from one generation to another generation. Were passed from one generation to another generation. The characters or traits were passed from one generation to another generation. Is called as inheritance. నీ తల్లిదండ్రుల యొక్క పోలికలు కాకుండా మీ యొక్క ఫ్యామిలీ మెంబర్స్ లైక్ యువర్ గ్రాండ్ మదర్ ఆర్ గ్రాండ్ ఫాదర్ ఆర్ యువర్ అంకుల్ ఆర్ యువర్ ఆంట్, the type of characters will be transferred from your family members to you. That is inheritance. The characters or traits were passed from one generation to another generation is called as inheritance. My dear students, pronunciation is very, very important. Characters or traits. Characters nothing but a traits. Characters nothing but a traits. Progeny. Progeny means anyone's or offspring. Progeny means anyone's or offspring. Okay, my dear students? Right. Next, characters are two types. Characters are two types. Characters are two types. Characters are traits. Characters are traits. Consists of two types. Characters of traits consists of two types. One is inheritable characters. Inheritable One is inheritable or heritable. Another one is acquired characters. Acquired characters. Acquired characters. Characters or traits consist of two types. One is inheritable characters or heritable characters. Already explained heritable and inheritable. Inheritable and heritable. Inheritable means the characters or traits were passed from one generation to another generation is called as inheritable. Heritable means the characters or traits were passed from parent to progeny or young ones or offspring is called heritable. The second one is acquired characters. Acquired characters. Acquired characters means the characters or traits which are developed during the lifetime of an organism. The characters or traits which are developed during the lifetime of an organism is called acquired characters. The characters or traits which are developed during the lifetime of an organism. The lifetime of an organism. The lifetime of an organism. The characters or traits which are developed during the lifetime of an organism is called as acquired characters. For example, your lifetime, you can develop some characters like singing, writing, painting. These are the acquired characters. These are the acquired characters. నీ జీవిత కాలంలో కొన్ని లక్షణాలని అభివృద్ధి పరుచుకుంటే ఆ రకమైనటువంటి లక్షణాలని మనం ఏమని చెప్తామా? acquired characters. మన యొక్క లైఫ్ టైంలో కొన్ని క్యారెక్టర్స్ని మనం అభివృద్ధి పరుచుకుంటూ ఉంటే ఆ రకమైనటువంటి లక్షణాలని acquired characters అని చెప్తాం. సో characters or traits consists of two types. One is inheritable or heritable characters, and another one is acquired characters. Okay, my dear students, today's session I explained introduction of heredity topic. What is meant by heredity? What is meant by inheritance? What are the types of characters or traits? How traits or characters, how characters or traits were passed from one generation to another generation or parent to progeny, and acquired characters. Next class, next session, I will explain how characters or traits were passed from one generation to another generation. How characters or traits were passed from one generation to another generation in a briefly explaining next class. Okay, my dear students, if you have any doubt, make a phone call. I will clarify your doubts for subject point of view. Please subscribe our channel B.R.S. Biology. My dear audience and viewers, Please subscribe our channel B.R.S. Biology. Okay, thank you one and all.